As the only girl among 4 children, she always stood out. Not in wealth or luxury, but in the quiet ways her parents tried to protect her. It wasn't enough to make life easy, but it gave her small spaces to breathe. Some nights don't come with noise, just a heavy kind of silence, the kind that sits with you and forces you to think. They live in a major city. The family is middle class, so they struggled with getting along with life. They had food on the table, but barely anything fancy. In her dimly lit room, she sat, trying to prepare for a test her lecturer had scheduled for the next day. But she didn't even realize when the thoughts began to creep in. Of a truth, she's been lost in her thoughts lately. Maybe from some of the recent happenings, or just that she wanted to feel a different way as her 20th birthday approached. She started to think about all of how she got to this point in her life. It's always been much of a struggle, really. When has it not ever been a struggle? She exclaimed, rejecting that voice in her head, reminding her of some of the things that were no struggle. I have to put in so much effort just to achieve the littlest things, and even after that, I have to stay on my toes because anything could happen to take it all away, she thought with so much sentiment. There was one time when she really wanted a laptop. Her mom struggled to get a fairly used one for her. Her dad never really saw the need, as he believes once her university fees were paid and she has something to eat, she'll be okay. You can't really blame the man. It's enough luxury that she schools in a school like hers. Exactly 2 months from when she got her laptop, the screen developed a fault. She didn't really know who to blame for it, herself, her roommate that might have touched it when she wasn't around, or maybe that the laptop didn't come as new and the screen was going to develop fault anyway. Do people from the bottom ever truly rise to the top? She doubted loudly. She's quite an optimistic person, but sometimes even the strongest soldiers need a place to take off their armor. She was lost for a while in her thoughts. But you're not doing so bad, the thought came again. This time she didn't dismiss it, she took a moment. Truly, some other things work. How she's an A student, even when she never had to put in a lot of effort into studying. Like how somehow she was very likable by people. Like how seamless she does some other things. Like how, maybe because of her good looks, people were nice to her and would sometimes offer to help her out with some of the things she had going on. That has to count for something, she slowly resolved in her mind. She exhaled. She pulled open her drawer and brought out a journal to write down some things, a usual practice she follows when she comes to a conclusion about certain things about herself. I may not have all I need, but I've noticed that somehow I never get stuck. Somehow I always find what I need to do things that matter, she wrote. Sometimes we're so focused on the things that aren't working in our lives, and honestly, sometimes that's valid. But would you just cut yourself some slack? Some things do work. You're great at some things. You even do some things effortlessly. And to crown it all, you've come this far. That has to count for something, right? Success shouldn't be measured on the same scale for everyone. For some, it's buying that dream car. For others, it's finally affording that one shirt you've always wanted. Do not entertain the voice that always measures your achievements against someone else's. If you take time to reflect on your own journey, you'll see progress in every milestone you've crossed. You're still here. That has to count for something. You're still here. That must mean something.